All right, let's do this, guys. November the 25th, it's a Sunday. It's about 9 p.m. here in Marseille, France. Sarah and I just got back from Rome, Italy. We're going to take a few days off of here. And then on Wednesday, we're going to go to Montpellier to go see Cirque du Soleil. And then I think on Friday, we're going to go to Spain for 5 days, either Madrid or Barcelona. Haven't decided yet. Just keeping you guys up to date with our plans as well, because I plan to travel on the road quite a bit with her. And travel. I mean, when you learn how to trade, guys, don't mind me. I need some energy, some liquid energy right now. And yeah, when you learn how to trade, you can kind of take it anywhere, right? So my position, guys, I'm actually in a long position right now for Bitcoin, right? Why am I in a long position? We're going to get into this. I'm going to keep this very short and sweet and not take up too much of your time. So right now, let's go over this. So first of all, I took a pretty big loss, guys. I took like a over $2,000 loss, actually 3,000. This month, I'm actually down about 5-6 grand American altogether, but it's actually my fault, to be quite honest. Okay, it's my fault because I'm entering these day trading positions when I don't really want to be trading, right? And then I'm like turning into a swing position and then just holding it and then increasing my R units. I'm not really being wise right now at all, guys. I'm not my typical self for trading because I'm traveling with Sarah, and honestly, she's gonna get all of my attention right now. So, and I wanna definitely enjoy the moment, right? I'm on vacation and whew, very very hot, too hot still. And yeah, I've got some amazing company, and I wanna enjoy my vacation to the fullest. And not only that, she's an awesome person. We're gonna actually head back to her home city in Winnipeg, Manitoba, around December 13th, and then I'm done in France. Gonna have a pretty wicked New Year's party with a bunch of old family and friends. My apartment's pretty cool because it overlooks the place that shoots the fireworks. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. And then after that, we plan to go to Laos, my home country, sometime in the middle of January. So I plan to be back at home for about 1 month. And then we're gonna simply just take off again and just keep traveling for as long as we possibly can until we get too tired and actually need a vacation from our vacations. Whoa, way too hot right now, guys. So I'm really glad that I'm able to travel anywhere on the road, right? And my life is not confined to one specific city. And that's generally the goal, in my opinion. So let's do this, guys. Let's go to CoinMarketCap and see how this is actually going to take us right now. And let's just see where this is, how the market is looking. So right now, guys, capitulation happened. Okay, bears entirely gave up, or sorry, the bulls entirely gave up at those specific price points, like around the 43 to 4,500 range, and that's really okay. That's something that was very expected, in my opinion, and it was a strong possibility. So we take a look at the trending volume. And this is always incredibly important because we need to acknowledge where the volume can come from, whether it is supporting or whether it is capitulation, whether it's bulls driving it down further, whether it is, or sorry, bears driving it down further, or bulls actually driving up the price, right? Or holding it at a specific support point. So for the past 3 days, on the 23, 24, and 25, what we see is $4.5 to $4.7 billion for 24-hour volume in the market. And then today, we're actually seeing about $6.8 billion with about 5 hours left for the daily candle close, which is actually looking very bullish, okay? I want to point that out. So we ended up injecting about $2.4 billion or $2.2 billion of 24-hour volume, which is actually a really good sign. So to talk about my position again, right? I am allocated about a 3 to 5% R unit, which I'm absolutely fine with, right? So as the price drops, I was kind of expecting ahead of time, despite my responsibility to manage my trade, which I did very poorly, and I'm actually 100% okay to share that with you guys, right? That I'm having a down month. Every single person will have some sort of down month, and this is the first time I've had a down month in about 2 years, and it's my fault for not managing my position. And something I've learned from these losses is that I need to focus. If I'm going to trade, I need to put my heart and my soul and my mind and my tears, blood, and sweat into it. I simply just can't be doing a half-assed job of trading at all, because if you don't manage your position, this is exactly what can happen. So learn from my mistakes as well, and realize that if you are a day trader and you are entering a position for the day, make sure you can actually monitor it. What I've been more so doing is entering a trade and then just waiting, right? And then not even looking at the market really, and then just seeing how it is at the end of the day. And then I'm like, oh wow, I'm really down. And I never put a hard stop loss in the order book because I don't believe in them. I would rather have a soft, hard, a stop loss, a soft stop loss. That's hard to say. Soft spot. I can't even say it. You guys know what I mean. A soft stop loss, because then I can actually, or a mental one rather, this way I can manage it myself, right, and shed my positions accordingly. So I think that the bulls are actually coming in to defend at this specific price point. And also another thing about my position is that, guys, if I'm anticipating a loss between 3 to 5% for every downtrend, right, eventually there will reach a point where we're going to spike up 20% or something in a massive bear liquidation, and I'm going to make back all that profit. It's not like I'm playing my maximum position size for my balance every single time, right? I'm playing roughly the same sizes, between $20,000 to $50,000, and I'm okay with that because I realize that I will lose these trades. You guys will lose these trades. It is not a sprint where you're expecting to make profit on every single trade. It is a marathon where you're expecting to make profit over time, and that's very important to understand as well. And guys, if you're trusting people who say that they've never taken a loss, or people who only do technical analysis and they actually don't even prove any single one of their trades, they're not really the most trustworthy people in my personal opinion, okay? So anyways, let's get back to this right now. I think that we're looking fairly decent for the daily, okay? So first of all, let's look at the daily RSI, right? I'm going to get into an Elliott wave technical analysis another time. I believe that we're doing a huge extended fifth wave right here. That's just ridiculously low right now, or we're still finishing up the fifth wave. But right now, from the perspective of a low, okay, we're comparing this low right here, which I will draw out for you guys. We're expecting, you know, this low region right there, okay? And we're also comparing this region right there, okay? Now, which is a lower low? This one is a lower low, that one's a higher low, right? Which is a lower low here. This one's clearly lower in price action, right? So because of that theory right here, we're actually going to be gaining some sort of strength, in my opinion. We just need a good daily candle close. So if you guys actually look at this volume right here, we're actually seeing some pretty decent volume, and we're also seeing a massive rejection where the bulls are actually coming in to defend. And we're rejecting about 7.5% there, or $263, which is very, very, very significant in my personal opinion, okay? And because we're rejecting that much to the downside, and it just strongly implies that the bulls are actually stepping in. We got a massive candle right here that's rejecting to the downside. So always think of it like this for the people that are unfamiliar with candlestick analysis, okay? Or just this specific candle itself. This is what we call a hammer candle, okay? With a very long wick to the downside like that, and a pretty thin body. Now what this implies is that the bears are actually trying to drive down the price, right? They're trying to drive down the price right here, but what actually ends up happening is this, okay? Okay, it drives it down, but then the bulls simply end up rejecting it and to go to the upside, right? So the bears drive it down, and then by the end of the candle close, the bulls end up pushing it back up to the positive side. And that's what, actually, it started all the way from up there, right? This is the open, right? This is the open right here. And whether it was at the beginning where we pushed it up, the bulls did, and then the bears drive it down, and then the bulls push it back up, it doesn't really matter how we perceive it, right? This is the opening right here, right? And this is where the close is right now. So this implies that the bears have tried to drive down the price, and then the bulls are coming in to defend it. It could also mean that it opened here, right? It could also mean it opened right there, that the bears drove it down, that the bulls pushed it all the way back up to the tip of the wick, right? And then after that, the bears drove it back down to over here, right? So it can mean many different things, but in my opinion, like a bullish hammer candle is more than we can actually ask for. So for Elliott wave, right? For Elliott wave, this seems to be the excuse me guys, I still have a sore throat. So it could be 1, 2, and now we're doing a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a very extended fifth wave here, okay? 1, 1. I think that's 2 somewhere up there. Okay, I got to go to a different time frame perhaps. 1, and that's 2, and this is 3, right? This is most likely 3, 4, and this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, and perhaps even a one more touch downwards, right? So either way, this fifth wave is pretty nasty in my opinion. But we also have to factor in a lot of these other signs, such as, right, if we take a look from here, okay, I mean, if we look at this as 1, 2, 3, right, 4 down over here, and it could be even a fifth coming down. We acknowledge this low, but this is a higher low. We acknowledge this low, but this is a lower low. So we're actually gaining strength in the market. On a 12-hour chart, we got a nice dragonfly doji that actually ended up forming, where the bears ended up getting rejected by the bulls, right? We take a look at the 8-hour chart, we got a nice support candle as well. So I think that as soon as we break like around the 4K ranges, we'll definitely be testing around the $4,300 range first. And we're gonna see, like, this is a nice candle as well, okay? This candle right there is called the bullish spinning top, right? Whether it's at the bottom or the top doesn't really matter, but the candle formation looks something like this right here, okay? It looks something like that, right? So we got a wick poking up, we got a wick poking down as well. So in my opinion, we're gonna get some sort of retracement soon. The daily RSI is just simply too low, guys, right? And you know what, the weekly, I thought we were going to get a bounce off of here, but let's see. Let's see if we're actually going to get a bounce right here, okay, above the 200 moving average and fight back up to the positive side. If we do, that's going to be quite amazing. So the first resistance, in my opinion, if we break 4,300 first, we're probably going to try to shoot for that region right over here, okay? You guys got to keep this in mind right now, that this is the lower range that we could be trading. So take a look at this specific range right here, okay? We're talking about these specific points. We're talking about that one and also that one right there, which isolates the region to right around here, right? So on the lower side, we're definitely going to find support at 3K, in my opinion, right? Because we got the bottom right here. Because if you look right here, this is also a resistance, right? Or sorry, that was support. So because it's going to act as a support again. And this guy right there was a resistance, so it's also going to act as a support. So there's a good chance that we could downtrend more, but I think there's a higher chance and a higher probability of us actually uptrending slightly. And if we do end up uptrending slightly, well, because we're confined to this region right here, we're most likely going to find a very hard resistance around the $4,700 range, in my opinion. So that will be my second target. My first target will be around 4,300 range first, right, at the EMA here, at the 200 moving average. On the weekly, it's looking very, very bearish. We haven't seen it this low for a long time. Last time we've seen it this low was around, was around 2014, 2015. So if we continue to downtrend, 3K, probably going to get support, guys. I mean, we always got to keep taking these chances, right? If we don't keep taking these chances of going long, we might miss out. But of course, a lot of people want to wait for a bullish sign of confirmation first. And once we get a bullish sign of confirmation, it just makes trading a lot easier. Are we going to get any type of bullish run for 2018 still? Late November, early December, all of December? Maybe. Just maybe, guys. I couldn't even answer it with 100% certainty. But, the further we drop, the more likely it is that we're going to see a bullish December. And if we do see a bullish December, it's going to be nice, guys. It's going to be gorgeous, in my opinion. So think about it once again, what I'm saying, right? If we end up downtrending heavily, the RSI is going to be so overbought right now. Or sorry, so oversold right now that there's no, the market will, with sheer will most likely end up driving the market back up, right? So RSI doesn't stay that low, guys, for that long. You also see right here, where on on the 3-hour chart, for example, you see a low there. This one's higher actually, and this one's even higher, despite the lower lows on the price over here. So is it wise for us to assume that there's a good chance we're gonna end up uptrending? Yeah. Also, if you take a look at these resistances as well, right? If I just kind of draw it like that, as best as I possibly can, okay, what we're finding, like, consider some of these regions bear trapped regions. I mean, that's super likely that it's forming some sort of flat even in here, maybe, right? If that does, like, we're gonna see a pretty decent uptrend, in my opinion. I don't think we're just gonna simply break down from here. Doesn't really seem that likely right now because we're getting a lot of volume to support it. On the 3-hour, we got that huge bullish spinning top over there. On the 2-hour, we got the exact same thing with huge volume, right? And on 1 hour, like, all of these candles are indicating support for the short term. But guys, like 4,300 range, that's going to be a pretty difficult area. Like this whole region, in my opinion, is going to be a really strong resistance area. And because it's such a strong resistance area all the way up to like, 4,700 ranges, I don't know if we're going to break above that. Like we might even see 3K ranges. But guys, we've got to take 100% of the chance, like of the shots, right? Otherwise, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Simple as that, as you guys know. So I think that this is doing some sort of ABC correction still, right? And we're going to see if this is going to go into a 5-wave structure, right? 1, 2, perhaps 3, 4, and 5, and see how that ends up going. To 4,700. This might even get to 4,300. We break, we come back down, something like that, in my opinion. And another thing I wanted to point out is let's go to longs versus the shorts, okay? Right now, what we're seeing is that there's about 27,000 long positions and there's about 34,000 short positions. But what we're noticing, right, if we look at it from 2018 on a daily chart here, what we're noticing is that this is a region where the bulls end up squeezing the shorts, okay? This specific region right here. Every time we get to this range, and this has been established. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Oh, yikes, whatever, that's okay. So every time we get to this specific range, what you guys will notice right away is that we end up getting squeezed, right? So take a look at it. Do you guys see what I mean? So we get to this region right there, and then the bulls end up squeezing all the short positions, which end up driving up the price substantially. So is it going to happen again? Never know, right? But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the reaction by the bulls in this specific price point. Last time we were at 38,000 shorts, and then we dropped all the way down to 19,000 shorts, right? So if the shorts end up getting liquidated, we're going to see a very nice bullish run sometime soon, in my opinion. So anyways, I just want to give you guys my quick opinion on what's going on with the market right now. And I'm in a long position, and I'm already up right now, like not much, like $300 American right now, but because I'm in 4 Bitcoin longs and at about 3,900. So yeah, I mean, if we get to 4,200, I'm still pretty happy with like a $1,000 profit or something like that. Okay, so but if we of course break down below, like for example 3,700, I'll simply take my loss like right away, and I'm not going to risk anything whatsoever. Actually, even 3,800, I probably end up taking my loss there, just lose 400. But I'm going to keep risking it every single time because I'm eventually going to get it, and it's going to be a gigantic bull run. So I also look at the histogram, right? The histogram is not really ticking down here much at all. I mean, the MACD just looks like it's setting up for it to just finally go up. I know I've been saying that there's going to be a bull run like very soon, or even a short-term one. But guys, it's drawing closer and closer, and it's all about managing your risk, right? If you can manage your risk and you are extremely patient in the market, the trades will eventually come to you. So anyways, just wanted to give you guys my quick thoughts. Thank you very much for joining me tonight, and I'll see you guys sometime later. Bye now. Take care.